What's up, man? It's Josh Waters. I'm with Diana Garcia, and we are shaking the culture.
Nothing ever seemed to tame you, and settling with me too much. You trouble me with good intentions, but everything you graze, you
girl Diana back with season 3, Shaking the Culture, and I'm here with
Josh Waters, man, your favorite R&B singer.
Look, right now I really feeling the vibes, the blue, the matching.
It's here, the
Pisces
we in it.
season.
We in it.
Because we're definitely gonna be dropping this Pisces season.
Come on.
Literally the week of your birthday.
Now that's exciting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so surprise.
Turn me up. Happy birthday to me.
Honestly.
And you too, low key.
Yeah, a few weeks later, but you know, we definitely there.
For sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and for those people that don't know you, go ahead and reintroduce yourself. Just mentioning it out there. If you don't know him, you're really living underneath the rock. You have so many interviews out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start from the beginning. I know that your mom, basically your whole family does music.
Right, basically.
Yeah, basically they put you on when you were little. How did that come about, and what was the first song that you actually memorized?
Okay. First song I memorized is well, let me do this. I got my start in music from Mississippi. My mom was a vocalist. It was one of those situations where like every church we would go to on Sundays, they like, Sister Waters, come on to the front. So I was just always around vocalists and musically inclined people. My older brother, Jeremy, he's a musician. So I was just around it. I actually was like Dr. Doolittle, tree hugging, animal loving little dude. But I was just, I guess, immersed in the culture so much or in music itself that it kind of just became this second nature thing to me. One Sunday, I guess, I started to see that I can sing. And not just sing, but I actually have the gift that moves people in the congregation or the audience, so to speak, right? And I think that was kind of where I realized I started to feel this feeling of like, this is what I want to pursue and do type of thing.
Yeah. So what was that first song like said that?
That's what I was trying to think. What else did you ask me? First song I memorized would probably be Superstar by Usher. I remember being like 7 when Confessions came out.
Ooh,
and I was on the phone like calling everybody like, I'll be a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, back then you couldn't tell me I wasn't Usher.
Look, and I feel like to this day, I feel like your work ethic and the work and your music videos and your voice, you're gonna get there. You know, this year I've really been everybody I put on this platform is because this is the year for you guys. You know, you've been traveling. You've been in New York. How was New York?
New York was cold, man. It was cold. Nah, it was amazing though. So we went, the first time I went out there was October last year. And then we went right back in December to do a show at SOB's, which was crazy. They sold that one out. We sold that one out. It's an amazing turnout. I had probably one of the best experiences of last year happened in the December trip to New York, man. So I enjoyed it.
That's good. And I feel like if you haven't been to any of your shows, you rocked out Shaking the Culture.
Thank you.
You guys, you don't understand. I appreciate you, your manager, your whole team. Yeah. Y'all really did y'all thing. And I love, I'm not gonna say too much of a performance, but it's like you really be up there, up and personal, close. Yeah. You know, you're really intimate with people. And I feel like that's what an artist has to do. Give that person experience like, oh shit, who is he?
That really means
he was singing to me.
Yeah, no, that means a lot. So like I pride myself off of performance. That's where if a person say like, what makes you the happiest? It's performing. Yeah. Because I enjoy the human experience, right? And we live in this world now where it's so like weird and awkward when strangers speak to you. Yeah. But when I'm performing, it gives me the opportunity to be the stranger. But because it's a show, you kind of a little more receptive of the person or the character of the person, as long as nothing weird happens, right? So performing always gives me the freedom to be able to connect with people. So it's humbling to hear you kind of, you know, tell me how you experience stuff.
No, it was really dope, really dope.
Nah, I love it.
Do you remember the first time you actually stepped foot in the recording studio?
Yes, actually. The first time I stepped in the studio, I want to say I might have been 13 or 14. I had this cousin who was rapping, and she would let me come in and like do her hooks and stuff. That was the first time I got that high of like, wait a minute, I sound like that? Yeah. And from there, the rest was history, man.
Do you remember that first song or the first?
I don't remember the name of it. She was a rapper. She was doing like what Megan Thee Stallion and them doing. This back in like 2005, 6 type of time. So I was super young. But yeah, I don't remember the name of it.
Okay, that's look, we're here for it. We're in the beginning of 2023. You know, how would you bring it back to 2022? What would you describe 2022 for you?
2022 for me was a realignment year. 2020, you know, I put out 52 records. I did a song every week, which essentially we compiled into 4 projects. That was a lot of work. So 2020, all I did was work studio every day. You know what I mean? If you can imagine what it goes into to accomplish getting a song out every Wednesday. That's that year. 2021, we did Cyclone and Cyclone 2. It was a lot going on surrounding that. Being frank and honest, 2021 was the first year where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing this year.
Wow.
I could go as far as to say as even the label Bandwidth, we didn't know what we was gonna do last year.
Yeah.
So it took us probably almost the summertime before we started seeing some type of motion or deciding like, look, we just gonna get outside. Me and my manager John, we like, we gonna do something while it feels kind of stagnant, you know? Yeah. And in that space, after coming off such a high, as far as being busy and being so active as an artist, it kind of shocked me, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? I had gotten so used to motion, it was like, what do I do with this, man? So it made me go back to the source, which is God. Made me remember like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
In case it does get still, what was my initial purpose and reasoning for it? Was it for the motion?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. It was to touch people and to change my life and things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, can I do that not being on stage? Last year I found out, yes I can. But I just had to dig a little deeper, man. I was tested a lot. But last year was about me reconnecting with the real, true reason why I do what I do.
Alright, and what is that true reason?
It's to empty my clip. It's whatever reason. When I was young, I'm a person, I can remember God coming to me and saying, bro, I want you to preach. And I'm also the dude that's like, what I'm supposed to say? What I'm supposed to do? I know how my cousins were. They was in and out of the streets. I was the dude who like was in the middle of like, I could go to college, but nobody in my house did that. I would have been the first one.
Yeah.
Or I could do what my the family members do, which is like, you know, stuff. I can do that. But it's like, I was always different. And so, like I say, God came to me and told me like, bro, I need you to say something. So music to me was always just a stepping stool so that I could create a platform so that I could speak to people. I know I got something to say.
Yeah.
And sometimes being an artist is like, when I say, I know I got something to say, instantly now people start to look at you to figure out, how can I find the hole in this to pick apart? Like I knew it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of turned into this recluse. But then what I realized happened, bro, I allowed my ego to grow. How do I explain this? It's like the true purpose is, I know that God, when I open myself up to spirit, I allow God or God uses me as the vessel that lights people up. I'm not some guru, the dude with the answer. I'm the dude with all of the questions. Like every human though, but we've gotten so accustomed to pretending like we got the answer already.
Oh, fact.
I'm like, I don't know. Which sparks a conversation. And now we get to actually build and have the human experience. And my music is so healing and soothing. That piece is a part of the gift. It's like, bro, the music is just the gate to make people say, huh? I will listen if you have something to say. You feel me? So it's like my true purpose is to stay in alignment so I can hear the voice of God so that I could be obedient in spaces and knowing what to say and do. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So like that's the purpose. Yeah.
That's awesome. So with that being said, what song do you feel like represents you the best right now?
That represents me the best.
Yes,
oh God.
from your music. Like what's like, you know, this is right now where I'm at. Or maybe, you know, one of your future songs where you're like, actually,
I would say Cyclone. Cyclone is probably one of the greatest representations of where I am sonically right now. Since 2020, I've pretty much created 2 albums, right? And it got so sticky, we made everything. And one of the closest examples, not comparing myself to SZN, but SZN checked every box sonically. Yeah. On our hard drive in there, I got every box checked sonically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I could say that confidently, bro. So it's like,
your manager's like, yeah.
It's really like that. Y'all in trouble, respectfully.
Look.
Hey, man. But nah, so it's kind of tough to say, I guess this, man, I make what I feel. And we don't say that song is complete until it has the feeling that we know sparks what all of Josh's music do, which is just something in a person to make you either think or feel or something to that degree.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's nice. Dream collab. If you could get somebody right now, if ShakingTheCulture had that power, which it will eventually.
No, for sure.
To bring those 2 artists together and be like, yo, I saw your interview. What are you trying to do? Who would that artist be?
Oh, man, I have to go with, you know what? I would probably work with like Billie Eilish.
Ooh, okay.
I would probably work with Billie Eilish.
How would that sound?
Crazy, right?
I know.
Billie got this texture thing, man, that I absolutely adore. How they figured out, her and Phineas, what they're doing over there, the penmanship, the vocal. When I'm riding in the car and listen to a Billie song, the way that the mix is, it like hugs me. It does that to me, you know what I'm saying? And when I think about what I know my voice does to people, the listener, I just think it'd be this crazy crazy mashup, man, of just anything. I don't know what it would sound like. Just craziness. Yeah, it would feel good though, for sure.
Definitely feel good. Who did? I think was it I would say Josh Waters. Drake. I think he's doing a song with Billie Eilish. Did you see that?
I did not.
So I wonder how that's gonna come out.
Yeah, I hope it's fire. I feel like it's Drake. He don't really miss, and Billie doesn't either. So yeah, you know, hopefully it's dope.
Yeah, bringing it back to your penmanship. Yeah, you're an R&B singer, but I know you probably got some bars. Yeah. Somehow somebody was trying to come rap you, like, you know, you're an R&B guy. Like, let's see what's up. Yeah. Like, I bet you can spit too.
I can actually. So what's crazy is R&B. I do R&B just because I can sing. Okay. I love hip hop. Okay. I grew up. I'm from Mississippi, man. So Big Crit was my old school rap. Me in the 9th grade, 10th grade riding to school, it was to Big Crit and Currency and Joey Badass. Ooh, these types of people. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school, so like I love lyricists. But I have friends who rap exceptionally well, and it was like, but y'all can't sing though. So I'm gonna let y'all have that, and I just do this. You know what I'm saying? But no, I love rap, so I could definitely get busy if I had to. Yeah, and you also did a country song too, which was insane. When I heard you do a lyric, I think it was on Progress Report. Yeah. Where they're like, oh wow. Yeah. So here at Bandwidth, we it's pretty much a production entity. It's a production house. So sometimes we have song camps, and that's not always for R&B artists. Yeah. Sometimes it's for country artists. So I'm an artist and I'm also a songwriter. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm here, I take the artist hat off completely, and I'm here to support whoever is the artist today, and I'm just here to write. Yeah. And so yeah, I've had the luxury to be able to write a couple country records, alternative records, rap records, like just music, you know? Yeah. Do you ever feel like maybe Josh Waters, maybe in a deluxe or something, come back with the bars on some hip hop? For sure. It's some songs in there that it's there already. Look, y'all really are, like, you was not playing. Nah, I'm so serious. Yeah, for sure. The clip is full. So for 2023, what is that one word that you're like, this is that? A word that defines? Yes. Commitment. I think everything in life is pretty easy. So not to make this long-winded, but I've been caught up on the concept of truth, right? Whatever you believe about whatever, it's true to you. You feel me? And so I'm just trying to really pay attention to the things that I believe or has deemed as truth, and staying committed to a thing. If I believe I can be at a certain point at this time at the end of the year, I really can. That's the truth, but I have to be committed to seeing that through. You know what I mean? And that's with anything, whether that's romantic relationships, platonic, work, whatever. You have to commit to something. So every day I'm just waking up and committing to being the greatest version of myself, so that I can actually have the things that I'm telling you I want. So commitment. Okay, I feel like that's something huge that I feel like sometimes you kind of forget to commit to your word. Let's talk about you being signed. You were signed back when you were younger to I believe some independent in Atlanta. They were in Atlanta. Okay. So how was that? And then, you know, talk about later on how you got signed to something bigger, and something that's, this is a huge monster. Okay, so she said huge monster. And I was signed in high school. I believe I did like a 3-year contract. I won't say like the name or anything like that, not that it matters, but it's these guys from Atlanta it was a weird situation. He was like married to somebody from Mississippi, so he moved to Mississippi. Okay. Either they're like cousin or stepchild. Somebody was playing football at my high school, which caused this guy to be there. And because he was from Atlanta, when I look back, it's like the hustles that you can pull in Atlanta didn't exist in Mississippi, right? Yeah. So he's like, I got this label. Well, who's the talented artist here in the city or at the high school? And everybody like, Josh. And there was this other guy named Trayvon. Shout out to my dog, Trayvon. We were the only like vocalists, male vocalists. And anyway, Trayvon's parent would not let him sign because they were like, his dad was a preacher. They was like, you're not doing that secular music type stuff. And I was like, well, what's crazy? I get with y'all. So at first they was trying to do like 5 or 7 years with me. I'm like 15, 16 maybe, 16, 17. My mom's like, nah, you're not doing 5, but if we can make 3 work, we'll do it. So man, my mom's was like the coolest thing ever, man. Once my pops passed in 2003, she never remarried, and it was just kind of like, man, my mom's my brother type energy. Yeah. But she was very like lenient, so to speak, right? I'm like 16, 17 in high school. My mom's let me drive to Atlanta to come be with this independent label. Shout out to mom. Nah, for sure. Shout out to her. Now that exposed me to more, right? So instantly being a kid from small town Mississippi, everybody know everybody. That was the thing that let me know like, wait, what? I gotta get out of here. type of thing. That experience alone, just getting the training as far as like media training, recording, things of that nature, that's where I got the beginning of that. If you can imagine, that era was like the mindless behavior era, young kids space, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I got like the poise as far as I can handle myself on camera and in any other environments, right? So fast forward from there, I remember having like songs on the radio in high school. My school thought I was like on. My principal was I hope this don't get this man in trouble, but he was like excusing the passage, like, yep, you don't have to come to school today, we in Atlanta. They felt like Josh Waters was gonna be the one to go, and my city had never seen it, so they really supported it. Yeah. So that piece was cool. Went to college, did a year and a half, marched in the band at Alcorn. I knew though that this was what I really wanted to do. Yeah. My mom, she encouraged me living this purpose-driven lifestyle. So when I said, yo, I'm dropping out, I know they're paying for me to come to school, it's a full scholarship, but this ain't what I want to do. Yeah. She was like, I know. I just wanted you to at least go get the experience. So she was like, you good. You don't have to go back next semester. I'm like, for real? No resistance. Yeah. All right, cool. And I'm moving to Atlanta. She was like, all right. And so when I did, I moved out here, man. That story is super long. Shout out to people like Big Crit who helped me along the journey in that in-between space. My manager, John Griggs. Just different people. I met Willpower in a Big Crit session back in 2017, I believe. That was working on Forever's a Mighty Long Time. And at the time, Willpower, he didn't really care. He was hired to do something, but that was our introduction. Yeah. On that day, I heard Willpower talking about opening up a studio. Didn't exist, but he was talking about opening it. A year later, it was time for me to record my next project, and I was kind of over the like trap scenes of studios here in Atlanta. Yeah. Like, look, bro, y'all got sticks, guns, all this type of stuff. I'm trying to make sensual love music. It's kind of hard to do, bro, with that in here. So I put up a post like I'm looking for a studio, and my homie Cortland Liddell was like, yo, you should come over here to what was at the time Gray Man. I'm like, I remember him talking about that. I was inspired because that was the first time, not to make this like sad or nothing, but losing my pops, I was always looking for myself in men. Yeah. As far as like, dang, how do we do this? Or how do we, so that was the first time I heard a man a year ago say they was gonna do something and actually do it. So I'm like, we gonna spend some money with somebody, it's gonna be him. Yeah. Right? So we came as a client, and also in the back of our mind, we could get on too, bro. If we go over here, that's how we thinking. Yeah. So we started booking time just as a client, and one thing led to another. I believe one of the engineers here kept coming back telling Willpower like, yo, it's this kid here, need to come see what's going on. Yeah. And eventually we ran into each other. He remembered me from the session. One thing led to another. He like, you're not signed? I'm like, no. He like, what are you looking for? I answered with guidance. And from there, that's what they've been giving me, bro, guidance.
No, I definitely could tell. And I feel like I said, this is the year that got a whole load of music. You know, this is the year where you're really going to continue shaking the culture anyway, and the performance. Like, I saw one of your interviews where you're like, you know, yes, I'm an R&B artist, but when I hit the stage, you really give a performance, you know, and I highly, truly appreciate that. I feel like that's what artists kind of miss, the experience, giving that person that experience of this song, you know, to go back to like, oh, you know, I remember I saw him at this event and he went crazy. Now you have more of attachment to the song.
Exactly, man. I think as artists sometimes being like celebrity-like seems so cool and so fun. We forget that we in a service business. Yeah. Right? We do this because everybody else can't, and that's not like I do it because you can't. But it's like, nah, literally, you do something else with your life. I make the music that's supposed to serve you in your space, right? So it's like when I'm thinking about people leaving their house, getting dressed, doing their hair, all these things that go into making the decision to, I'm gonna go see Josh Waters tonight. I have to make that worth your while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just try to make sure that I'm always providing people with something that, like you say, they can leave talking about.
Definitely did that. Nah, thank you. So just to kind of, you know, cheer up a little bit. So we're gonna ask a couple questions to get to know you a little bit more. Okay. All right. Some of these are fill in the blank. Okay. First, fill in the blank. I'm not the type of guy to
lie.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Favorite color is
blue.
We really there. Okay. We're really there. That's why I'm like, yo, they're really trying to get us intimate with this lighting, and when I talk about look at each other.
Yeah. See what y'all doing.
Right. Yeah. Plotting. Birthday?
February 26th.
Favorite artist?
Josh Waters.
I don't blame him. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done?
Oh man.
On stage.
On stage, I say. The most embarrassing thing I've done on stage.
Maybe forgot lyrics.
So I think one time I probably I was shooting up and I was just way off.
Really?
Yeah. And then that was the beginning of the show, so I had to keep going, but I was embarrassed for the remainder of the show. But yeah,
I know how that feels, Chelsea. Definitely know how that feels. All right, what's your guilty pleasure?
What's my guilty? Red Bulls.
Red Bulls?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I drink a lot of Red Bulls. Like, y'all should cut me a check, bro. I drink, if I go to the store, because they got them like 2 for $5, boy.
Yeah.
I get 2 at a time, bro. I get 2 at a time. We talking like 2 times a day type of thing. It's bad.
Dang.
But yeah, Red Bulls.
Favorite type of ice cream?
Not a big ice cream guy, but we could go with cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there too. Tell us, gelato. Go ahead, let's end it up with a high note. Gelato. That's your recent single you have on right now. You actually have a remix to it too. That wasn't originally made for you.
Exactly.
But you made it to a Josh Waters song that I feel like that's kind of how it came about you. And shout out to Rico, because Rico was like, yo, Diana, you're having a festival. You need him.
That's love. Shout out to Rico.
Honestly, he was like, yo, Diana, you need him. I was like, say less. I'm going to reach out to his manager. So let's go ahead and end it on that note. Go ahead and explain Gelato and came about.
So Gelato, like I was explaining here at Bandwidth, we have a lot of song camps, right? And Gelato was actually for the person that's featured on the remix.
Oh wow, really?
Crazy.
Insane.
It was originally for Cody Shane. We was doing like a camp with Cody. A lot of amazing music was made in that, and that was one that she didn't want.
Yeah.
I was like, I take it type of energy basically. And I was kind of going through an experience, like you said, that made it make sense. And yeah, we did Gelato. Ironically enough, once Cody heard the record, she was like, I do the remix. I hop on that joint. And so she laced it, and yeah, Gelato. That's how we got that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So when can we expect your new single? Another crazy, dope ass visuals.
Yep.
You really be acting in those visuals. Okay, let's just say that. So when are we gonna get a little bit more of Josh Waters?
I tell you what, around my birthday.
Okay.
Around my birthday, I believe we'll start pressing the button. First quarter for sure. I can't give you guys hard date, but I will say first quarter. You can expect a single and more than likely a project too.
Nice. I can't wait to see you grow and continue growing. You have a dope ass team. Shout out to your manager.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so
much.
Dude,
man.
No, honestly.
Good dude, for sure.
Honestly. Yeah, so where can we follow you at? Where can we support you at? Where can we make these streams go up?
Hey. So my music is available on all streaming platforms. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Josh Waters Music. Depending on how I feel that day, I'll probably follow you back. I'm playing. I'll follow back.
Well, until next time, hasta luego.